Now we will make up our own stories. We're going to be the authors and illustrators. An author is the person who writes the story. What is an author?
A person that writes a story.
Great. The illustrator is the person who draws the pictures for the story. What is an illustrator?
A person who draws the pictures for the story.
The pictures that we draw are called illustrations. What is an illustration?
The pictures that the illustrator draws for the book.
So we will illustrate our story as we make it up together. Let's start with the first square on your grid. It is the one with the character icon on it. So our first square of your storyboard has a character icon or symbol in it. What can we have for characters?
People, toys.
Okay. How many characters can our story have?
As many as we like.
Okay. So let's think of some characters for our story.
A mom and a daughter.
Okay. Okay. The next square on your storyboard has a setting icon or a symbol in it. What settings can there be in a story?
Place, location.
Okay. So let's think of some settings for our story.
The mall.
Okay. Okay. And what time of day or what time do you think for the setting?
Noon.
So afternoon. Okay. The next square on your grid has a takeoff icon or symbol in it. What is a takeoff?
Something that gets the story going.
So what can the takeoff be?
Something funny, scary, or a problem.
Okay, so let's think of something that will get our story going. Most takeoffs are funny, scary, or interesting. We could say, all of a sudden...
They seen a monster at the mall.
Okay. Okay, so we chose a scary one. Okay, so our next square on your grid has the feelings icon or symbol on it. Let's go back to the takeoff. What got the story started?
The monster at the mall.
Okay, so how do you think our characters feel about what happened to get the story going?
They're scared.
Okay, so you think they're scared. All right, the next square on your grid has a plan icon or symbol on it. What is a plan?
Something the character thinks about doing because of the takeoff.
Yeah. So let's think of a plan that our characters might want to make because of the takeoff. So maybe what might you do or plan to do if you see a monster at the mall?
Run away.
Okay, good. Okay. The next square on our grid has an action icon or symbol in it. Our characters made a plan. What was their plan?
To run away.
Okay, so what actions do you want our characters to take?
To run away.
Okay. All right, so next is our complication. This next square on your grid has the complication icon. What is a complication?
Something that gets in the way of an action that the characters are trying to take because of the takeoff.
So let's think of a complication that can get in way of the landing. So this will mess up the plan that the characters make. So what is something that can get in the way of the characters running away?
The doors were locked.
Good. Okay. So now we're doing our consequence and landing. So this is our icon on the grid. So what is the landing?
The landing is something that happens because of the actions of the characters taken because of the takeoff.
So yeah, the landing is related to the takeoff. What got the story started?
The monsters at the mall.
Okay, so how will our story end?
The characters ran away.
So the story will end that the characters got away from the monster?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, next is our wrap-up icon. So what is the wrap-up?
How the story ends, how the characters feel about the things that happen.
Okay, so how do we want to wrap up our story? How do you think the characters feel about what happened?
They're still scared. They ran to their cars and got away.
Okay, so did they learn anything?
Not to go in the mall after dark.
Okay, so you said to go to the mall after dark, but you said our time was at noon. Do you want to change our time to a different time? Like maybe midnight?
Yeah.
Okay.